Hey guys, this is Barbour. I just wanted to give you a video about getting traffic with domains, and these are the basics so you can get almost free traffic to your site without having to monitor something daily like a PPC, PPV, or other traffic type. So why buy domains for traffic? The first thing is time. If you've ever run a PPC or PPV campaign or some other campaign like media buys, etc., on another platform, then you already know how much time is required to set up and monitor them. Real estate. So with these other methods, you're most likely already buying clicks or impressions from domains. Most people don't know that. So even places like Google or other places, they actually utilize domains that are just kind of sitting there generating traffic, and then they're selling it back to you. So this is a way to bypass things even like Google. Cost. With these other methods, like PPC, PPV, etc., it's a continual purchase of clicks for traffic. Unlike this is a one-time thing. So like everything, any kind of traffic generation, there's some kind of risk with that. The first thing is targeted traffic. So with the other methods, you can really target things easily so you know where it's coming from. In this case, because you don't necessarily know where the traffic's coming from, you can do some research that'll help, and it really does go a long way. The costs. So with the other methods, you control all aspects of this, but with domains, even though your purchase price is a one-time thing, it may not produce results. It happens, believe me. There's also loss of traffic. So existing traffic for your domain may actually go away with time, and depending on what you do with the domain, it can either help extend it or it can diminish the traffic faster. So like risks, there are some rewards for this. So you do get targeted traffic. So the domains, you have a very good chance of getting targeted traffic, provided you do some basic research. The costs with the domains, the beauty of it, it's a one-time cost. I mean, obviously the yearly renewal if you decide to keep it, but unlike other types of traffic generation, it's essentially a one-time cost. The value. So if you actually take some time, put a real site on a domain that already has existing traffic, then the inherent value for the domain will only increase. So this is also one of the ways to keep some of your, or hopefully keep the traffic coming in. So to get started, there are 7 basic steps. I could have drawn this out further, but Ryan wanted me to keep this to about a 10-minute video or so. Step 1, determine the root keyword you're looking to get traffic for. So in this example, it would be fitness. Step 2, find related keywords to expand your list, such as health, workout, and strength. Step 3, search auctions using the criteria I outline or your own criteria, whatever you choose. Step 4, use Google to do some cursory research. Step 5, add the data to the spreadsheet so that you can get an idea of the value. The spreadsheet's below the video. Step 6, try to acquire the domain for less than the value shown on the spreadsheet. Step 7, either build a site or redirect the domain to your site directly. So, step 1, to expand on each of the steps. Most likely you already know what your primary keyword is, but if not, just determine the keyword that could easily describe your product. Think of it like listing something on Craigslist. If you're going to sell your Mac Air laptop, then you would list it under the computers section. So in this case, for your Mac Air laptop, your keyword would be computer. Step 2, to find the related keywords to your primary keyword, use sites like thesaurus or synonym.com. You can also use synonym.com to find anonyms to expand your list even further. More keywords are better in this step so that you have a better shot at finding related domains. So in this case, you definitely want more keywords to work with. Step 3. Most of you already know about GoDaddy, but not everyone knows about their domain auctions. Surely 5 or 6 years ago, very few people knew about this. But you can search their domain auctions at auctions.godaddy.com. On the right side of that screen, you're going to see something that says Advanced Search. Go ahead and click on it. you'll see 12 sections that appear underneath of it. And in this case, we're only going to focus on 4 of those sections: keywords, traffic, domain age, and type. For the keywords, put your main keyword in the text area and leave the drop down set to contain. Now, for other domains to expand your list, you're obviously going to want to use your keywords that you expanded earlier on, like thesaurus and etc. So traffic, under the traffic section, you want to put the number 50 under min. I usually do 50. It just kind of weeds out the lower end domains. You can use whatever criteria you like. This is just somewhere to start. Domain age, put 3 under the minimum area, and that's just a personal preference as well. I just like to rule out domains that are only a couple of years old, which may have been used for whatever reason, but don't have real long-standing traffic to them. Type, in the type area, put checks next to expiring auctions, closeout domains, and value price domains, or value price names, I believe it says. Click search, and then it's going to return a list. Hopefully it will return a list of some domains. Now, you may not get any domains, and if not, just go move on to your next keyword. At some point, you will have a list of domains there. So find a domain in that list that you're interested in, and then add the domain name, traffic, and price to your spreadsheet so that you can reference it later. Step 4, use your mouse to copy the domain name. Well, that's what I do. I just highlight it and it instantly copies it. But let's say in this case the domain that I found with traffic is mysuperfitness.com. So use your browser, go and just Google it just like this: site:/mysuperfitness.com. And so basically what that'll do is it'll return a list of site pages that Google knows about, and it'll also it'll just give you some idea. Now I like to see at least 10 pages, but it's really up to you. You can take that number that you find, put it in a spreadsheet for reference later. Next, you Google in anchor : the domain name, and this is going to return a list of sites that have this domain in the anchor text for links. And you're going to see a lot of irrelevant sites out there, but for those that are directly related to keyword, you're just going to find a bunch of sites. So just kind of use your own judgment with those sites. I usually look for about 50 results, and I kind of rule out a bunch of sites that I already know. But like everything, just use your own judgment here. And you can use plenty of other sites to find backlinks, PageRank, etc. But for right now, we're literally just doing a quick sanity check because we're not looking at spending hundreds. We're looking at spending, maybe like $5, $10, $12, $20, $30. No, we're not looking to spend a great deal of money. Step 5, you should already have the basic info in a spreadsheet, such as main keyword, related keywords, domain, price, monthly traffic, and the site pages that Google knows about. If you already know an approximate cost per click for that keyword that is related to this general vertical, go ahead and put it in the CPC column. But if you don't have an idea, just use Google's keyword tool. Whether you have an AdWords account, you use the internal one, or you use the external one. It's your choice. So put in the keyword or words in your domain as your starting point, and then let Google figure out what keywords are relevant to it, and this way you can get some idea of what the click cost is for that type of keyword. Now, the other column on there on the spreadsheet is the one for search traffic. Now, I always assume that there's at least 25% of traffic from search engines and other bots, and I just use 25%, but you can change it to anything you like, even as high as 50% sometimes. So if you populated all the columns in the spreadsheet, you should see an approximate value for the domain. Still using mysuperfitness.com as an example. So if mysuperfitness were an actual exact phrase in Google and there was a value related to it that you put in the spreadsheet, then that would be the column with the much higher price value. And these are only estimated prices. Believe me, there's far more criteria, but we're just doing a quick cursory evaluation on these. It's going to be rare you're going to find one with that much traffic, but it does happen. So now that you have an idea of what the click value is for the domain, whether it's exact or not exact match, then you can actually figure out how much you want to bid in an auction. So let's say that the spreadsheet valued my domain at $75, but you found that it's a closeout domain and you can buy it for $5. So it's actually $5 plus the registration fee. Then that's a great deal, and I would grab it. I wouldn't even think twice about it. Step 7, once the GoDaddy auction process completes, you'll get an email stating that the domain has been moved to your account. You can now either forward the domain to your site, any site, or page within a site, or you can build a site on your newly acquired domain with traffic. So if you're going to forward, this is actually the easiest method, but there is the potential of losing some or all of your traffic by forwarding it. So if you want to do this, and by the way, I do this. I use forwarding quite a bit. GoDaddy makes this very easy. So you just click the link for your domain manager inside of your GoDaddy account, select the domain, and then tell GoDaddy to let it set the name servers, and then basically just point it to whatever URL, whether it's just the root URL or a specific page. Building a site. So even adding like a simple 10-page blog with keyword relevant content will help keep traffic coming to the domain. So I do that quite a bit for my more valuable domains. But I do have domains that just have tens of thousands of incoming links, and that traffic is not going anywhere anytime soon. So I just basically, I forward some of those, and I use them for like squeeze pages, etc. Because basically you own the domain. You can do whatever you want with the traffic. So the final words on this, please don't go crazy buying a ton of domains until you really learn the process and you hone your skills at determining what domains are best to actually go after. Just like buying traffic through other means like PPC, PPV, etc., you're going to have some domains that perform better than others, and you'll need to use tools like Google Analytics to actually track where the traffic is coming from and driving conversions. That's really it. Like I said, just get out there. Don't spend a lot of money at first until you figure out what works, what doesn't work, and I think you'll be surprised at some of the great traffic you can get through domains. That's it. I'll see you soon.